Hello everybody, it's me, Tyler Rodgers from TreetopDesignsCustoms.com, and today I'm going to be explaining Blender. So, you may have played with Legos when you were a kid, and you may have dumped them out on the floor and its instructions. I love doing that. It was just so fun. You could build whatever you want. When you do that, it's a great thing because you're being creative, and that's good. But has there ever been that last Lego you'd be like, oh, that would finish it off, it would look great, and it's not there? Well, I'm going to explain this in a second, but you may be wondering, how does this relate to Blender? So, Blender is like Legos. It's, you could build anything. You could take a cube, manipulate it into a dragon, and then give it all this texture and make a really cool dragon like flying over a town. You could do anything. Except you always have that last Lego. And whatever you could build is like infinite. So, what can you do in Blender? Well, you could do plenty of stuff. So, Blender, you make these photorealistic renderings. And what you do is you take your models, which you make in the Blender 3D viewport, and you model it, make all the add all the textures to them, and then you have this camera, and when you click that render button, it's like taking a picture, making everything more realistic. So, to give it that realistic look, you need to add materials. You need to have, so in this scene, the dude's in the node editor making this texture for the lamp. So you could create all sorts of textures, really anything you can imagine. Sorry. There's fast rigging, which is you take a body and or a character, and you can rig them so you can move them a little bit, and then it's like stop motion. You move them a little bit, take a photo, and then so you can move his arm, and then add this what's called a keyframe, and that moves it, so his arm is moved. So that's great for animations, whatever you want. You could sculpt in Blender. You could take a, in this example, this guy takes a dragon and then he adds bumps to it. He adds horns, he has teeth, eyes, and you can add anything. You could smooth it out, pull, push in, all sorts of stuff. Compositing is when, so you take your final image, and when you're done with it, let's say in this picture, it's kind of industrial, foggy. Well, in the compositor, you could change the tone of it. You could, put pieces together, put images over images. You could add smog, you could do all that. You could add glares, and blurs right here on the lights. Fast UV unwrapping is so let's say I have this cube, and I want to give it for example, this face. I don't want it just to be white. I want it to give it a material. So I'm going to take this photo and take the mesh. It's like taking a cube and then taking a piece of paper and just wrapping it over it. That's really what it is. And then the paper can be a weird, a marble texture. You wrap it over the cube, and it's UV unwrapped, which means it's textured. File formats, you could import files from other programs. You could export them so you could 3D print them. You could create games in Blender. That's another amazing thing you could do. Blender's actually a video editor. You could put pieces together. You could add music. It's a great video editor for very complicated scenes. The interface is pretty flexible. You could drag open scenes, like you can see down here. This guy's probably UV unwrapping. This is where he's texturing it in the node editor, and all the others 3D viewports. of different different angles of the character. So this will make it very easy to texture her. You could do simulations. This one I created. You could make water flow into a cup. You could add smoke, maybe like from a fire. You could all sorts of stuff. You could actually take a box and make it fall off a building. And then the last one is camera tracking. This is really amazing. You could take certain points. So let's say I took a video, and let's say the scene here, and you could track all these points like of high contrast, and then you go into Blender, and there's these little markers everywhere. So you can add like a cube sitting right here, and then in the final render animation, when the camera moves, there will be a cube there, and it looks like there's actually a cube there. You could look around all angles. It's really amazing. So this has just been a quick introduction to Blender. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like this video. Thank you.